5 a.m. right now. I just finished my morning cardio. I woke up at 3:15, did my morning routine as normal. I woke up a little earlier today than usual because I've just got a bunch of fucking stuff to do, and as soon as I get home, I'm gonna finish up some client programming for some people I brought on board this weekend. Had a really great week in the business, and impacted a ton of people, and I heard some really great stories, and I brought on some clients that are just gonna absolutely kill it inside of my company, and I'm really excited for them and to see where they go. But I'm moving out today, and last night I was reflecting on my room, the house that I basically grew up in, the house that I basically became a man in, and I was just thinking, all the roads that I've been down, all the things that I've done, all the pain that I've been through, all of the good things that I've been through, and I was reflecting on my journey, not just within fitness and like my physique, but my personal development journey and my mindset journey and the maturity of my thoughts. And I was like, what has been the most detrimental thing, to me? Like, what is the one thing that has kept me in times from making the progress that I needed to make, or doing the designated things that need to be done? And I thought about it, and I just tried to dissect the thought, and it was regret. Every period that I look back on my life and I wasn't making the progress that I wanted to make, or I wasn't holding myself accountable like I needed to be holding myself accountable, or I was down in the fucking trench and I just couldn't seem to get out. I always had a heavy presence of regret in my mind. And regret is one of the lowest frequency emotions. And I hate the word frequency, I hate the word vibration and manifestation and energy, because the fucking blue-haired ladies have ruined it on TikTok. But energy is a real thing, okay? And energy is the most valuable thing in this universe. Everything is made up of energy. You are made up of energy. Your words are made up of energy. Money is made up of energy. Other people's, it's stored energy from other people. It's an exchange of value, but everything is created from an energy. And energy can create and energy can destroy in any circumstance. It can go both ways. And if you have something extremely destructive that is sucking energy out of you, that you could be putting into positive things, and it is completely all transmuting into negative things, it's very detrimental. And that is what regret is. It is a fucking stockpile of negative energy that you are just funneling to the past. You are channeling to the past. And it's very, very hard to make the needed steps forward, to make progress, when you're funneling all of that stored energy into negative emotion and negative thoughts of the past. Let me explain a little bit. I had an extremely dark and pretty painful, teenage years, especially around like late middle school and early high school. And it was 100% brought on by me. Obviously there were some circumstances that I could not control, but I believe and I know that the driving thoughts of my mind are going to reproduce themselves in a physical reality in my life. And the driving forces of my mind at the time were 100% producing themselves in a physical reality in my life. It just wasn't a desired reality, if that makes sense, you know? What I was doing, who I was doing, like the things that I was ingesting, you know, and to jump on that point in the back of energy, you know, if you're going out and you're just having mindless, meaningless sex with a bunch of women, and I mean, I guess if there's any ladies watching this, same goes, you know, for you guys. I think it's even a little more detrimental to your energy stores. But as a man, you know, you're just going and you're giving a little piece away of your soul to all these random women, and especially if you don't even care about them. That is just right there. That is the number one thing that's going to take all of your energy away, because if you don't have that powerful sex energy as a man, it's going to be very, very hard for you to accomplish anything. And don't let the media and the culture fool you into thinking that you need to be going out all the time and just fucking random girls and, you know, just spilling your seed everywhere. You are not going to accomplish anything at all if you're going around doing that. So I wanted to make sure I got that point out of the way, because, you know, like if you're a young man and that's just eating away at your life, that's a big thing that you need to conquer right now before you conquer anything else. But, you know, when you're doing that, doing drugs, drinking, hanging out with just idiot people, degenerate people, you know, that is going to be the reality of your life. And looking back, I have, you know, my mom has asked me, and I've had people ask me, like, don't you regret this? Don't you regret this? And in all reality, no. And this is going to be the very first time I've actually translated the thoughts that I have about this topic into words. So stay with me if it takes me a second to process. But I really want to be raw with you guys. If I were to sit here and regret all of these experiences and wish I could go back and change the past, one, I'm wasting energy on something that's not going to fucking happen. Because I'm not going to time travel back and completely change the things that I did and the things that happened to me. It's not going to happen. So the first step is to accept that they happened and realize I would not be the person I am now if my life went any different, took any different course, right? So, you know, if I was not happy with where I am now, which y'all know I fucking hate the word happy. I'm extremely not content, because I'm not satisfied at all. I'll never be satisfied. But I'm very joyful. Every day I'm accomplishing my goals. Every day I am pushing past hard roadblocks that I don't want to push past, and I'm doing it anyways. I'm holding myself accountable when I feel like doing nothing but going to sleep and giving up, and I'm still pushing at it. So I'm extremely joyful, but my goals are so much higher than what I'm doing. And I'm 19 years old, making about over $10,000 a month. But I save all that money and I reinvest it in myself and in my business, because I'm nowhere near where I would like to be. But I always think back to that past that built who I am today. And if you're constantly regretting things that you've done and wishing that your life was different, wishing that your circumstances were different, all the energy that you could be putting into creating who you want to be and creating your future is going to be ripped out of you and put into something that doesn't even exist anymore. If I was constantly like, man, I wish I didn't smoke weed every single day for 4 years. Man, I really wish I would have tried harder in school. Man, I wish I would have been nicer to some people, or not nicer to some people, not became friends with some people. You know, if I sat here doing that all day long, I would make no steps forward. I would also be telling my mind that I can't accomplish and I can't move forward because these things have created my reality. What you need to do with regret is take it and say, this is no longer me. That's why I talk about creating a chief, definite aim of who you want to become. Because when you have that man to go after, when people try to categorize you with your old self, and your brain tries to categorize you and we're this happened to us, we can't do that. No, I'm this new man that I'm becoming. That is who I am. I am creating that man. What would he do? What would he think? How would he act? And slowly, your thoughts, when you think about them enough, obsess over them, and reinforce them with action, will start to become true. When you were addicted to things in the past, but you resist that addiction, and you make progress, and you are consistent with staying clean from that addiction, you start to reinforce in your brain that maybe I am the person who isn't addicted to this. Maybe I am the person who can accomplish my goals. And that's the biggest thing that has led to I don't want to call it success because I'm nowhere near where I am going to be in the future, but has led to me being on a direct path towards where I want to be, is the fact that I have looked at my past and I've been like, I no longer regret. I will accept my past for what it is, and I will use it to help others avoid the mistakes that I made. And I will use it to reinforce that that is not the correct way. I'm going to go this way. If I was constantly regretting, I may not have the experience that I have now. I may not be able to talk the way that I talk now. I may not think the way that I think now. So whatever you have been through in your life, use it as fuel and use it as a guideline. But do not let yourself fall into the temptation of using regret as an excuse. Because you are the master craftsman of your reality. And whether you like it or not, that is the past that you crafted for yourself then. But the great news is, it doesn't have to be the future that you craft for yourself now. But you have to take action and you have to accept the reality if you want to unlock a new reality. It's just something quick that I wanted to get on here and share with you guys. And you know, like, the thing with these aggression talks is I never ever think what video is going to go viral, what video is going to get the most views. You know, episode 7 has been my episode that did the best. I think it's at like 145,000 views and 10,000 likes, which isn't bad. But I'm not trying to recreate that, because if I'm trying to recreate, I don't feel like I'm providing value. I'm not trying to get on here and maximize views. I'm trying to maximize value. I'm trying to maximize how much can I deliver that my guys, that you guys are going to be able to extract and apply. And last night I was brainstorming content. In this new loft that I've got, I'm extremely excited because I've got so much cool content that's really gonna help. I'm putting together templates, free templates for you guys to follow, to learn about your macros, to learn about your training, and really excited to get those out for you guys. And the Discord and the app are coming very, very soon. I know some of you guys saw that my app did launch and you tried logging in, but you're not going to be able to because I haven't launched any of the resources inside of it, and I would have to send you a special code. So when it launches, you will know. It's supposed to be February 1st, but it's not going to be available until everything is fucking pristine. This is going to be the greatest fitness app that anyone has ever come across or launched in the history of man. That is my chief aim. The past 8 hours for 8 hours every single morning for the past 5 months, I've been working on this every single day, and my goal is to make something that is so good that it becomes impossible to fail. So that is the attitude that I'm coming at it with, because when you guys join, it's going to be so good that it's impossible that you don't reach your goals. But don't let me get sidetracked in this. I really want to stay on the topic of being able to transmute your regret. And there's been times when I've just felt down and I felt out completely. And the pendulum always swings. My business is doing good this month. Next month, it might not do as good. It might not do as good for 3 more months. But it is up to me to not sit here and bask in my circumstance. It is up to me to change it. That's what it is. It is up to me. When you hear these motherfuckers saying no one's coming to save you, no one is. There is no one coming to save you. They're not. That's not just some cliche motivational phrase. You are your own hero. Videos like these, videos you might be watching, can help ignite that spark in your mind. And that's why I post these. To light a fire in you guys. And that's what my coaching is. I'm kindling that fire, and I'm giving you a guide. I'm giving you a template, because a lot of people are lost and they know what they should be doing, but it is so overwhelming on how to get there that they just give up. So that is what I do. I show them the path. I can't do the work for them, but that's why I don't take on a ton of the clients that I get. That come through my, they fill out the form and we get on a call, and I can instantly tell you're not ready. You're not willing to make the sacrifice. I'm sorry. It was wonderful to meet you, but this isn't for you. But 5 minutes in, when I'm on a call with somebody, I know if they're going to be great. I know, and I can tell by the way that they speak and the fire that comes out of their eyes. And I get absolutely stoked to give them a guideline that they can follow. And that is what drives my passion. That is what drives my passion. And the more people that I help, the more I smash that regret in the past, because I know that those experiences created the man that I am today. That is how we learn. Wisdom is knowledge plus experience. Who cares if you have knowledge if there's no experience in the field? It's like all these fucking business teachers that have never started a business. Or the PE teachers that are fucking fat. I knew from childhood I was not going to go to college. I was 6 years old and I was like, fuck no, I'm not going to college. Because I would be in school seeing my fat, broke teacher teaching me how to learn. What kind of society is that? That the people who are educating and teaching our youth are not even educated themselves. They've ate the fucking food that the government has fed them, and they're reliant. And by food, I mean the ideologies and the principles and the societal guidelines that we think we have to follow. And I genuinely felt like I was committing a crime because of how cultured I had been when I was little, saying I'm not going to go to college. It felt like I was saying something wrong. And it's sad for me to think about because there is absolutely nothing wrong with not going to school. You got to just be willing to work harder. I'm a hard-working motherfucker. And, even when I was working construction, even when I was junk hauling, when I was moving, when I was working in the food industry, all these different jobs that I've had, I worked hard, extremely hard, 12-hour days. I work way harder now, but it's for a cause that I believe in. I wake up at 4:25 every day, unless it's a day like today, I wake up at 3:15, something like that. And I work every single hour until I go to sleep. I don't take weekends. On Saturday, I was on a call from 5:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. every single hour. But I love it. I love talking to you guys. I love learning stories in formulating in my head, how can I smash this person's regret? How can I customize a program that is going to let them reach the highest version of themselves? How can I help them break these vices and these addictions? And most of the time, the process that I have used exactly works 100%. Sometimes I'll meet a person that's in a completely different stage than me. But I've had so many experience with so many different people that I'm able to build them out a system that works for them too. But as men, there are core things that we all have to do. You have to have a process that you fall back on. You have to build habits. Everyone wants uphill results with downhill fucking habits. How backwards is that? I don't want you to regret what you did in the past, but I want you to learn from it. If you continue to do it, I hope you regret that the person that you are right now. Oh, and I hope that regret becomes big enough, the pain becomes big enough that it forces you to change. But when you do change, focus your sights not on the past, but on the future and who you will become, and the fact that every day you get to start with a blank slate. Every single day, you get to start with a blank slate. So think about that. Envision that and embody that. Do not let your past define you. And the more progress that you make, the more you will reinforce your brain that you can do it. That you don't have to be bound by the chains of what you have done in the past. That you can break free of those chains and you can create someone and something new. I want you to keep the memories. I want you to keep a small patch inside of you that holds the pain and the sorrow of the memories and the hurt that the actions you were committing caused you. When you move away from where you are now, keep it in the back of your mind and run from it. As fast as you can in the opposite direction. But to do that, you must define the direction you want to go in. That is what it all starts with, is defining your direction, having a definite chief aim. But if you're constantly letting regret suck away all of your energy, you will make no progress. Too much mental real estate is taken up by regret, and it keeps you in a low vibration. I always say, I got this quote from Wes Watson, your frequency is what you frequently see. If you are constantly seeing your old self, which would be defined as regret, that is how you're going to operate. You're going to stay in the frameworks of your old self. You're never going to move past it. It is not how you will accomplish your goals. It is who you will become that can accomplish those goals. I'm telling you guys, your mind is extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. All the goals that I have written down, there's some I haven't accomplished yet, but they will be accomplished. My financial goals, my physique goals, my life goals, my mindset goals. Less than 2 months ago, I wrote on my whiteboard 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Boom, crossed it off. As soon as I crossed it off, 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Boom, crossed it off. I wrote 100 next. Move out by May 27th, which is my birthday. I'm moving out today. Get to cross that one off today. And that's a goal I've had for a minute, a long time. You know? And could I have accomplished it earlier? Sure. You know, I'm only 19, but I feel so far behind where I could be if I didn't spend so much time regretting the decisions I'd made. And instead I accepted them and I transmuted that energy into the highest version of me through my mindset, my habits, my nutrition, and my training. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. You know, everyone talks about the law of attraction, but they forget to mention the most important part. It has to be reinforced by action. You can't just think yourself into a new situation. But when you couple the determining, obsessive thoughts of change, self-development, and becoming the best version you can be every day with a relentless intention and a faith and a desire, when those are coupled, you become unstoppable. It can't just be one or the other. You can't just work every single day mindlessly with no direction, no vision of who you want to become, and just constantly turning your brain off to your goals. But, you know, you're working 70 hours a week. You're not going to get anywhere. It's like the same wind can take a ship east or west. It just depends on where they set their sails. You can ride this train to destruction, or you can ride the exact same train to your success. But your sails, your habits, your process, your nutrition, your training, your mindset, everything will determine which way you go and where you end up. And when you've set a definite chief aim, you have completely transmuted your regret. You use it as fuel. You have that driving factor. And you hold yourself accountable. Every single day, no matter what happens, I'm still going to go kill my workout. And that's going to reinforce the fact that I will push myself every single day. I don't care how I feel. I'm going to stick to my macros. I'm going to hit them. And that's going to reinforce my brain that I am consistent. It doesn't matter how inconsistent I was today. I'm going to go to the gym. That's going to reinforce your mindset. That right there, your nutrition and your training, reinforced by mindset. And when your mindset's reinforced, it becomes stronger. When the mindset's stronger, it's easier to hold your nutrition and your training in place. And that right there, those are habits that you are forming. So those are two non-negotiable habits that you will continue to form. You're convincing your brain, I am a consistent, driven person. I am disciplined. I stick to my habits. And then the other habits that you have developed, waking up early, taking that cold shower so that you can start your day off with a dopamine hit that came from effort and not just ingesting some chemical. Teaching your brain that effort equals joy, but I have to sacrifice first. You truly can create whoever you would like to become. But you must create that version of yourself. And do not stay in your past. Destroy your regret. Destroy it. I'm going to keep you guys updated today. Head over to my Instagram. The morning push-ups are not going to stop. I post those every morning, usually between 4:45 and 5. That's usually the time when I wake up at 4:25 and then I finish my morning routine right about there. It takes me like 20-30 minutes. I'm going to post another video of my morning routine because I'm still getting like hundreds of DMs about that. And I'm going to post a very, very informative video about, the best ways I've found to track my macros and all the little cheat codes and hacks that I've used, over my 6 years of training. And I'm very excited for this next stage of life because the content that I'm going to be bringing for you guys is just going to continue getting better, continue to get better, but do not worry. The aggression talks will stay raw. They will stay the same. And, I really appreciate you guys' feedback because it helps me mold my content and chisel it into something that is, that is beautiful. And I couldn't do it without you guys. I love you guys and I really appreciate the support. If we're 8 days into January, but you can still make a change. You can still make a change. And if you're fucking sick of being devoured by your past self and not being able to get out of the rut, and you know who you want to become, but you just can't seem to lay a plan of action in place, click the link in my description for coaching. And if you fill out the form and from that info I can tell that you're very committed, we'll jump on a call and we'll see if you have what it takes. And I would absolutely love to take the journey with you of completely changing your life. And who knows, how many lives will you be able to change after that? It's limitless. It's limitless. We're creating a movement of aggression. This next generation of young men, especially in the community that I'm creating with Aggression Fitness, we're going to change the world. I'm 19 years old, but I already know this. I've set it in stone. Nothing will stop me from my mission. And so many others are coming with me. And I will not stop short. I will hold myself accountable every single day. I feel accountable for every single one of you guys. If I slip, you guys fall. Right? So I have to hold myself at an even higher standard. More videos coming this week. Like I said, jump over to the Instagram at JohnMarkSTEV, and I'm gonna be posting my morning routine and what I'm doing every single day on there. And I just created my full content schedule, so these will be coming out. You guys will be able to expect when a video's coming, and I'm really gonna lock in on the reels and stuff, so you guys don't have to sit here and listen to me talk for 35 minutes, because I know some of you don't have time to just listen to me talk from the heart. But the ones of you who do, I really appreciate it, and I love each and every one of you guys genuinely. Yeah. In a world full of pussies, stay aggressive.